This is just a sample of the audiobook. To get the complete audiobook, access the link posted in the first comment.
There is no loneliness wider than the single-handed sailor's. She is cast for days, for months, beneath an endless breadth of sky, atop a plain of eternal blue. So blue, as far as the eye can see, blue, tinted gray or green, light or dark, but forever blue. Her life becomes confined to a small plot, just a couple dozen feet long and a fraction thereof wide. Her mind dances with insanity, depression, hallucination, self-defeat. Some of these or all of these, life alone on water drags the sailor down. Whether she plunges beneath the surface, or whether she returns to the world on land, are questions that color every day at sea, every single day. I was not prepared for that in either of my record-setting voyages. Experience does not deaden the sting of loneliness at sea. I had hardly sailed before embarking on my first journey from California to Hawaii in the spring of 1965. I didn't know how scared I should have been. I was too naive to know that loneliness would be my greatest fear, my nemesis, the gremlin that would get me. And so it was again 4 years later, when I set sail for the second time, departing from Japan for San Diego. Today it's different. Sailors have winds of another kind. Technology leads them through the doldrums and keeps their spirits intact. It connects them to the world in ways that old-time sailors never were. Technology has the power to eradicate aloneness. Today's solitary sailors have satellite phones, global positioning systems, email and internet, solar panels, and ICOM equipment. So many gadgets to keep their bearings on the ocean, in the world, and with themselves. I'm just now learning to use the internet. But sailors today, they know where they are, and the world knows where they are. 40 years ago, we single-handers sailed unknown. We navigated with the sun. We had to believe that mathematical formulas would get us to our destination, though we never knew for sure until land appeared. Our friends didn't know, couldn't know, when we would return or whether we would survive, and I, on the boat didn't know. Neither could I share the events of my day. I had a World War II Air Force sextant, I had kerosene running lights, and inside the boat a gimbaled light, 2 compasses, and a Timex watch that could be set to the second. With my Zenith transoceanic shortwave radio, I could check the atomic clock at the National Institute of Standards and Technology in Boulder, Colorado, for the official government time. I could listen to the radio as I bobbed along, but I could not talk back. I heard baseball games and news of the world, but no one heard from me. Sometimes I heard gossip about me, though. It came one morning on The Breakfast Club, a broadcast from Chicago hosted by Don McNeil. I can almost hear that voice now. Have you all heard about the young housewife who was sailing alone in her boat to Hawaii? McNeil told his audience it would be a dangerous, dubious idea for a strong man. But for a woman without experience, can you imagine? I remember the chuckle coming from his sidekick. What's so funny? McNeil asked him. I was thinking about buying my wife a boat like hers. I'll bet you they never guessed I could hear them, way out there in my housewife's boat. I heard them, loud and clear, but they couldn't hear me. No one could. And yet I chose that solitude. I chose to endure it twice on the world's largest ocean. I wanted to cross those waters so badly. Why? Just to say I had? Truth be told, I'm not entirely sure, even after all these years. I just felt the need to do it once I dreamed up the idea. I am not the greatest sailor, I admit that, and loneliness is not everyone's adversary, as it is mine. Yet not every sailor could do it, could stand being alone so long. Some sailors simply couldn't endure their own minds. What does it take? I have no idea whether it's simple determination or something much more. But if I am determined to do something, God willing, I will. I only ask myself whether I am able. If I am, I'll do it. I have always been that way.